at Thanksgiving dinner, actor and comedian Rob Schneider. He knows more about Clinton dirt than anyone who isn't buried in it. President of the Government Accountability Institute, Peter Schweizer. For Halloween, she's going as my arch nemesis, a theme park measuring stick. Fox News contributor, Cat Tim. And when he needs his shoes to shine, he goes to the car wash. My massive sidekick is the NWA's World Television Champion, Tyrus. Peter, okay. There were two debates. Pick one. What struck you about them? I mean, you got a political mind. What did you see? What alarmed you? What surprised you?
I think the Fetterman one was shocking in a lot of ways. I mean, look, I kind of get the naked ambition of a guy like Fetterman and his wife. He wants to be in the Senate. That kind of makes sense. To me, it's the reporters. Mm-hmm. It's the how the media is trying to cover for this. It reminds me of the old, parable you remember of the emperor with no clothes. Mm-hmm. You know, the fool is the emperor, but the real fool are the people who are applauding at the wonderful outfit that he's supposedly wearing when he's actually stark naked. So I really think the media is the problem here. And they've made a choice, Greg. They are choosing to basically applaud for the emperor that has no clothes, even though it's destroying their credibility because they are so committed to their cause.
Now you have me thinking of Fetterman naked. What's weird is that's the second time today. What's amazing, they already cast 1 million votes before this debate.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's remarkable.
What about, nobody cares about Kathy Hochul? Who won? Who won, Peter?
Zeldin won.
Okay.
Zeldin won. Here's the thing. The problem that the political left has in America today is they want to solve all these problems that are abstract, like climate change. And you can't measure climate change. It's the things that are nearby, like crime, like safe streets, that they don't want to talk about. And I think the American people are fed up with that. And I think you're seeing that, and you're going to see some surprises on Election Day. And I think the governor's race is going to be one of them.
I hope so, because this place is getting unlivable. All right. But hopefully L.A. can get back to its glory days when the only thing that stank was the new De Niro movie. Yeah, because they do suck. Peter, the solutions that they offer, we've had these solutions.
Yeah.
This is not... Like, I know the homeless in New York. They are not looking for affordable housing.
Yeah.
They're not like, ugh, do you know this $3,000 a month, apartment's too much for me? I'm looking for something in the $2,500 range.
Yeah.
No, if they have $2,500, that's going into their arm.
That's right. That's right. And look, this is California. So let's remember the homeless are not going to get in trouble setting up these tent cities. They might get in trouble if those washing machines are not high energy efficient washing machines, right? That's what's going to get them in trouble. Yeah. And that's the absurd nature of what they're doing. I mean, these are people whose lives are suffering, and in the name of sort of freedom and tolerance, they're taking over these areas. It's affecting the quality of life. I think the interesting thing, though, is, Greg, that so much of this is now happening in these liberal enclaves in these cities, places like Los Angeles. If this was a red neighborhood where this was taking place, the city of Los Angeles wouldn't care. Yeah. They're going to be getting phone calls now from very powerful donors who are saying, I'm tired of this. You need to do something about it.
Peter, you'll be the only guest here, I assume.
I'm not wading into this conversation.
Yes, exactly. I see what you did, wading in.
No, I think, to your point about what can be done about it, I think part of it is misdirected. People think it's the celebrities that are driving this leftism, and some of them are, but most celebrities are creative types, right? I think it's really the suits. I think it's the guys that are running the
publicists, people in PR.
That's exactly right. People in PR. It's the corporations that control these production companies. Mm-hmm. They're afraid of the woke crowd. That's really where the problem is. Yeah, you've got liberal performers, but the real problem are the powers behind the throne, which are the suits.
The 20th anniversary of Harry Potter, they didn't have J.K. Rowling wasn't invited.
Yeah.
It's like having the Last Supper and not asking Jesus to show up.
Exactly. Oh, he would have been pissed. How are we still on the air? I don't know, Peter. Peter, you're big on accountability,
right?
So that's is there a book on this?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, is this really a surprising story? I mean, these guys produce a product that sort of clouds your mind, saps your motivation, and they have a lack of quality control. I mean, is that really a surprise? No, it's not a surprise. The big scandal here for me and the lack of accountability is what were we promised when we legalized marijuana? It was going to get rid of the illegal drug trade. It was going to take it to the traffickers. Study out of California, the majority of marijuana sold in California is still bought illegally. And the reason is because they tax the legal stuff, right? They tax the legal stuff.
So we got to legalize it, but don't tax it.
Well, or admit that what you said it was going to accomplish, it hasn't accomplished. It's been a massive disaster, and they just kind of move on and wreck something else.
It's interesting. I mean, I'll go to you, Kat, because you're like we're both pro legalization, but I do have to when I have to look at the facts in the world, and I go, okay, are we seeing some consequences from legalization? Or has legalization not fully been experienced?
We're seeing consequences from taxes, which should be illegal instead of drugs.
You got a book that you want to plug?
We've got an investigation that'll be coming out next week on the teachers union.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Rob Schneider.